Hello and welcome back to the channel, Cali Legends Media. Before I begin, once again, I want to thank all the subscribers, all of you who pull up, watch the videos, hit the like button, and also hype the videos, man. You guys have been really, really good on my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're not going to make it to the 10,000 subscriber goal by the end of the year, but maybe we'll hit 9, hopefully. We only have a couple of weeks left. But who knows? Anything could happen. Now, this video is gonna be kind of a little bit of a response video on viral way. And when I say viral way, I know it's confusing because sometimes I'm speaking about the individual, sometimes I'm speaking about his podcast, who he has on the podcast, and the reason why I point that to viral way, because he's responsible on what goes out on his podcast. So there's things that he could edit out. So if somebody's coming down on Mexicans, he could either let them go and then later edit, or just let it go and let it be shown to the public. It's up to him. But that's why some of the things I said that Viral Way did, I meant Viral Way, the podcast, on some instances, right? And yes, there's been some negative racial comments made by people that he's had on his podcast. But nevertheless, it is what it is, you know. It's no big thing, you know. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. But he said that the whole issue is that Mexicans are being culture vultures. That we want to be like the brothers, you know. That our clothes, our haircuts, the music that we listen to. Man, he named all kinds of things. The way we breathe. That we just want to be like the blacks. The low riding, you know, all of that, you know. Now, I don't know what was going on in their part of town. So he says that the blacks started all that. I know there was an old lady that came on and she said that she was the first low rider. Yeah. And that I think they even called her something lowrider. But the point of that is that that's what she was doing, her and her husband and her husband's friends. And that's her knowledge of the whole lowriding scene. We have our own thing down here that we were doing with lowriders and stuff. That was nothing we picked up. We did that. We learned all of that here in our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? As far as hip hop goes, yeah, I honestly, I do credit them for bringing it out. Yeah, so what? You know, I'm a musician, okay? I play drums, congas, timbales, and the different types of music that I play are almost unending, you know? I could play basically just about anything, you know? And when I'm playing that music, that's all me. That's coming from me, from my heart, you know, from my spirit. I'm producing it. I'm putting it out. You know, I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm being me because I was born musically inclined. I was born loving different rhythms, different beats. It has nothing to do with I want to be like some other individuals. To be honest with you, the brother's been the farthest thing from my mind all my life. We only had a few brothers down here, you know, when they did live here in the neighborhood. And just like now, there's very few living right here in Maravilla, you know. But the point of that is that nobody owns the music, the hip hop, all of that, you know. You guys are claiming to be the gatekeepers of all that. Well, if you're a black record producer and that's your business, then yeah, it's a black thing. But if you're not, because I don't know if you guys are aware of it or not, but the Jewish people were the ones that were taking all the brothers' money from the musicians back in the days when music was like the Temptations, all of that. Man, they robbed them blind, and even a little bit going into Snoop Dogg's time and Tupac's time, that era too, until they found their way and started getting some real money and getting treated properly financially. As far as owning their I don't know what they're called, their originals or whatever. Um, I'm not a music producer, but I know this. Nobody owns music. Music is a universal language. It's a universal way of expression, and anybody who thinks that something like music belongs to them, that's like saying the air you breathe belongs to us. you know, Air is something that is here and everybody enjoys it and it keeps us all alive. You know, but you guys are thinking like clothes and back in the days, the Ben Davis and man, I never seen a black person dress up like a homie until Eazy came out dressed up like that, you know, um, and that's just what I know. So I was never trying to be like a black person. I was just dressing the way I like to dress, like the homies. But you guys are always claiming to have created everything, and everything is trying to be like you guys. That we don't want to give you credit for the things you guys have done. You know, like, man, you guys gotta like kick back, man. I don't understand though. I don't understand what you guys are getting at. What do you want? Okay, you own hip hop. You're the hip hop creators. You're the hip hop gods. There, is that better now? Like, who cares? You know, what's important is that a lot of people enjoy listening to hip hop, enjoy rapping, and like I said, it's a universal way of expression. Okay, yeah, that to me like is a argument that would only come from you guys, because you guys want like to claim everything, all the stuff that we do down here in East LA and Maravilla. You know what I mean? Next thing you're gonna say, you guys had Whittier Boulevard built and cruised it every weekend. you know, that's all Raza. That was all Raza there. You guys had nothing to do with that. I remember when I had my lowriders and my cars that I was fixing up. I didn't copy you guys. I went to Lowrider magazine. I went to car shows, all raza. I never seen blacks at car shows. I figure you guys weren't interested in it, or maybe you guys just weren't interested in being around us. You know what I mean? It was a volatile time. Maybe that's what it was. But I think you guys got it a little misconstrued. Um, we're not trying to rob you guys of your culture. We're not trying to imitate your culture and not give you credit for anything. You know, this would take a long discussion and explanation and schooling and all that. And right now, the way things are, you said this is the issue. I think that's the farthest thing from the issue. I think what the whole issue that brought this up was something that one man said, and like it was pointed out, he's not Mexican, okay. From what I understand, he may be Jewish, Russian, but he's a homie, and you guys. He said a sentence, not even a sentence, a few words, and you guys attacked the whole race, man, using derogatory terms, saying fucked up shit. You know what I mean? You just throwing more gas on the fire, man. That's why I said Relax. You say, oh, we're not talking about war. We're not talking about violence. Yeah, you are. When you're talking about people and pressing the issue of racism and calling them names and stuff, yeah, that starts conflict, goes to maybe a fight or an incident. Maybe somebody gets shot or stabbed or whatever, you know. But the point is, bad things could happen. Yeah, I know you guys didn't make a call for war. I could admit that you guys didn't do that. Yet the rhetoric that you guys came out with was shooting fighting words and stuff, because of one person that made a comment. You know, you guys, the way we always have, like that dude that called that guy Al's wife a mayata or a mayate, but it's supposed to be mayata to a female, the feminine term. I think I was the one who brought up that was said, and that I thought it was wrong because that was his wife. You know what I mean? And I felt like he was disrespecting dude's wife. Not only by including her in their beef, but for using that derogatory term. It was one guy, and everybody, smashed on him verbally. Did we go and try to find this guy? And man, so many people wish they could find him. You know what I mean? So I understand. From my understanding, I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's what I heard. But bottom line, dude, we're not trying to steal your culture. And you guys feel like that for a reason. Like I said, you guys even believe that the first people here were black. That you guys were Aztecs. Well, I thought it was Egypt. You guys originated from, were black. Black is just a color, a skin color, man. It's from the amount of melanin that you have in your body. That's why there's Mexicans that are very, very dark. They're not black, but they're very, very dark. I don't think anybody's really black, for what the meaning of the word is, the way that the word is used. And if you look up the definition, what I think is that these individuals have more melanin than myself or other people, so that's what I think it is, and yes, we have Mexicans, even whole towns of very, very dark Mexicans. You want to call them black? Okay, we'll say black since you guys are used to using that term. Yeah, it's just a skin color. It's not their nationality, or it's not their race. It's just a skin color. It's a pigment, So, like, you guys pick the most pettiest things to bring up and talk about, and then you guys start talking about, oh, we can't have a conversation with these people because they're ignorant, like what? Like, come on, dude. I don't know about you or other people you had on your pocket. I have my bachelor's, and the only reason I didn't go for my doctorate is because I got disabled and stuff. But otherwise, I'd have my doctor's degree, But yeah, I do have my bachelor's degree, so I'm not ignorant. I was on the president's list or on the dean's list every semester. I never left it, So all of that talk about ignorant, and we can't talk to this guy because he's ignorant. Yeah, there's somebody's ignorant. Somebody don't have a clear understanding, But another thing you guys bring up, that sporty face called out Lucky, okay? And Lucky put a video out that he's gonna be out giving some, selling some hoodies and stuff, and that's where he'll be that day. And like he says, I guarantee anybody who comes, I'll meet that energy. But I hope everybody comes with love. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody does have a problem with him or something, hopefully you guys talk it out and come to some type of understanding before things go to the next level, because a lot has been said, you know. People's feelings are all fucked up now, you know. And it's funny because you guys didn't say nothing about it. It was a white man, Adam 22 from No Jumper, that came out and talked shit and lit everybody's fuse. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it probably would have got handled through different means, you know? But if you guys don't see it now or know it by now, that's what this man does. That's how he makes his money. This is all money for him. All of this rhetoric and name calling and all of this stuff. This is what he likes, because this is what makes him money. You know, if you guys haven't caught on yet to the okey doke that he's pulling on you guys, then I don't think you ever will. You know, you guys go in there and you guys spill your guts about your gang activity, about man, you guys are causing indictments and stuff from opening your mouth to this white dude that isn't from the streets. You know, open your eyes. You know, like even the Mexicans that get on his podcast, man, I can't have respect for them dudes. You know, I don't care how big his podcast is or what the exposure on his podcast would do for anybody. You know, the dude's he's a creep, first of all, and like I said, man, he wants to use the black and the brown to make money. You know, he probably laughs about it and you know, talks about it to different people on how funny it is that, you know, he's got everybody like a puppet on a string, you know. Come on, guys, open your eyes, man. Open up your minds, you know. But that being said, like Lucky said, he's going to be there. He gave the address and everything. He's going to be selling his merch. And hopefully, you know, people go over there. If they got a problem, we'll keep it civil. Talk and say what you have to say and get this thing cleared up. You know what I mean? Before it does turn into something, you know. I don't see where me doing the last video I did was inciting war. I wasn't calling for war. But all of this talk and this behavior, that's what it's leading up to. And you guys know it, you know. So anyways, I just hope everybody comes to their senses and really sees what the problem is. You know what I mean? And yes, you know, I got to admit, what he said maybe shouldn't have been said. But that's the way he is. He's been that way. And, you know, that's part of his personality. Nobody's ever called him on anything, you know. Well, so anyways, like I said, you know, what I said about what the thing that he said, all I said was that there has to be another means to get to the bottom of it and get it taken care of. Because going to war or fighting or any type of violence like that is just leading to either prison, jail, or death. You know, we don't want none of that, you know. We don't. I know you guys don't either, you know. That's unnecessary bullshit, you know, and I don't want that for anybody that watches my content or anything. So keep your minds clear, your heads clear, and make the right decisions when the time comes, and stay free. Stay out from behind them bars in the jail, behind them walls in prison. And let's remain out here where we could be with our families and our loved ones when they need us. And as far as what he said, that could be talked about, and we could all walk through and really get down to the root cause of all of this nonsense. Even if you guys think it's all us, well, maybe we could respond about what we're unhappy about. Because I heard some really, really nasty shit coming out of people's mouths that doesn't have anything to do with any of us. Yet it's put on people that didn't say anything, that aren't racist. You guys say that everybody's racist because of what a comment one person made, and that's so far from the truth. Like, come on, let's be real about it. Anyway, this is my video for today, people. And just take care, everybody. God bless you. God bless your families. Everybody's family. And stay free. Please, stay safe and stay free. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you very much.